In a shocking turn of events, former Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier finds himself embroiled in a serious legal battle as he faces new charges linked to an alleged gambling scheme. The stakes couldn't be higher, and as fans, we need to pay close attention to how this could impact not just Rozier's career, but the integrity of the game itself. While we dissect this unfolding drama, drop a comment letting us know where you're watching from and what you think about the situation. Federal prosecutors are preparing to indict Rozier for allegedly soliciting and accepting a bribe related to sports betting, a claim that raises eyebrows given the implications it holds for the NBA and the Charlotte Hornets as purported victims of his actions. Just 2 hours before a recent hearing, Rozier's attorney informed him of these new charges, which complicate an already troubling narrative. This isn't the first time Rozier's name has come up in a scandal. Initially, he was accused of wire fraud after allegedly sharing with a friend that he planned to leave a March 2023 game early. That insider information was then used to profit from bets placed on his playing time. Now, with the new indictment, prosecutors suggest that Rozier may have taken a bribe to disclose that critical information, raising serious questions about his judgment and integrity as a player. What's particularly striking is the assertion that the NBA has been framed as a victim in this situation. We need to remember that there were earlier reports indicating the league's willingness to downplay the initial incident involving Rozier. If this is true, it raises broader questions about accountability and transparency within the league. Are they genuinely committed to upholding the integrity of the game, or is this merely a public relations move to save face? Rozier isn't alone in this predicament. He is one of several prominent figures caught in the crosshairs of a federal investigation into gambling schemes linked to the NBA. With another individual recently pleading guilty, it raises the stakes even further. The league must now reckon with the implications of these investigations and how they could tarnish the reputation of basketball as a whole. As passionate supporters of the Miami Heat, we have to take a step back and analyze what this means for our beloved franchise. Rozier's past tenure with the Heat may have left mixed memories, but the implications of his current legal troubles could resonate far beyond his personal career. The integrity of the game we love is at risk, and we have to ask ourselves, how far are we willing to go to protect it? Moving forward, we'll keep a keen eye on how this situation develops and what repercussions may arise for Rozier, the Hornets, and the league itself. The ramifications of this case could alter the landscape of the NBA, and as fans, we must remain vigilant and informed. Now, let's transition to another crucial topic that's making headlines and could impact our team's future. Pat Riley stood before the media recently, and Miami fans were eager for clarity. What they received, however, was a resolute declaration from the man synonymous with the Heat's identity. At 81 years old, Riley firmly quashed any retirement speculation during his end-of-season press conference on April 27, 2026. He made it abundantly clear. He is not stepping away from the game he loves. I'm not going to retire. I'm not going to resign. I'm not going to step aside, Riley proclaimed with the kind of conviction that has defined his legendary tenure. When I came here almost 31 years ago, I have the same attitude as I had in that press conference on the Imagination period. I want another parade down Biscayne Boulevard. It may come. It may not. With that statement, Riley outlined his relentless ambition for the franchise, the pursuit of another championship. Yet, the backdrop to these bold assertions is a sobering reality. The Heat's disappointing 10th place finish this past season, ending with a 43-39 record, has left a bitter taste among fans. This marks the first time since the 2018-19 season that Miami has fallen short of playoff contention. While it's true that the team improved by 6 wins compared to the previous season, after trading away superstar Jimmy Butler, the specter of injuries loomed large, particularly with Bam Adebayo's sideline during the pivotal play-in game. These setbacks curtailed their ability to compete against the stronger teams in the East. Riley's steadfastness is mirrored by the stability of Miami's front office, which has remained largely unchanged throughout his reign. Mickey Arison has owned the team for Riley's entire tenure, and Nick Arison has held the CEO position since 2011, while Andy Ellisberg has been a fixture since before the franchise's inception in 1988. This enduring foundation has allowed the Heat to weather many storms. But as the outside noise grows louder, questions about the team's direction are surfacing. Riley's legacy is undeniably impressive. 3 NBA championships in 2006, 2012, and 2013, alongside 7 finals appearances and 16 division titles. However, in the current landscape of the NBA, some critics are beginning to wonder if his methods are still effective. Former players like Mario Chalmers and Jeff Teague have voiced their concerns, suggesting that perhaps it's time for a new voice to lead this storied franchise. The recent trend of 4 consecutive play-in appearances without a championship since 2013 has intensified calls for change within the organization. Despite the mounting criticism and the whispers of discontent, Riley remains unyielding in his vision. His focus is singular: to bring another championship parade to the streets of Miami. But can that vision translate into tangible results in a league that is constantly evolving? As fans, we have to ask ourselves, do we believe it's time for a change in Miami? Or should we trust in the seasoned leader who has brought us so much success? The answers may not be clear-cut, but one thing is for sure: the Heat's future hangs in the balance, and Riley's determination will be tested in the coming seasons. Up next, we'll delve deeper into the latest rumors and news surrounding the Heat's potential off-season moves. Stay tuned, Miami fans. There's more to unpack. As the dust settles from the latest Pat Riley press conference, there's a palpable buzz surrounding the Miami Heat and their strategic direction moving forward. The iconic executive, as always, brought his trademark passion to the podium, but underneath the bravado, there are crucial insights we need to dissect. Fans, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from? Leave your thoughts in the comments about what you think of Riley's approach and the Heat's future. Riley made it unequivocally clear: we are not going to tank. We are not going to lose. We are not going to do that insanity, he proclaimed. This statement alone should quell any lingering hopes among fans who might have wished for a less-than-stellar season to secure a higher draft pick. The truth is, unless the stars align in a miraculous way, the Heat are unlikely to land a top 5 draft selection. This is a reality check for those who may have been dreaming of a lottery miracle. Riley's focus is on making calculated moves rather than succumbing to a defeatist mentality. He stated, "We should try to make the best move we can make. We will try hard to aggressively pursue opportunities in free agency at the draft." This is not just talk. It paints a picture of a front office that is ready to make bold decisions rather than simply waiting for good fortune to come their way. However, one has to wonder, does this indicate a potential draft day trade? It's hard to ignore the implications of Riley's words, especially when he insists on avoiding stupid moves that could burden the franchise for years. Now, let's address the speculation surrounding the draft itself. With Riley's assertion that he wants to be aggressive, and given the Heat's current standing, it's difficult to envision them keeping their 13th pick intact without exploring trade options. Ethan Skolnick of 5 Reasons Sports Network reported that Riley even joked about the media's perception of his absolute disdain for young players. But the reality is quite the opposite. Under Eric Spoelstra's guidance, development has become a focal point. The recent selections of Kasparas Jakušionis and Kel'el Ware, both under 20 when drafted, underscore the Heat's commitment to blending youth with experience. Riley points out, the change in approach is simply the same thing that we did the last 3 seasons, emphasizing ongoing efforts to improve through drafting and trades. This sentiment, coupled with his mention of having 2 picks and 4 exceptions, reinforces the idea that the Heat are gearing up for significant moves. If we sequence them properly, he said, we can do some things. This isn't just a generic statement. It's a clear signal that the front office is eyeing a more aggressive, perhaps transformative, off-season. When asked about the specific traits the Heat need to enhance, Riley highlighted length, shooting, and ball handling. If the Heat decide to keep their first-round pick and stick with the 13th selection, Axel Lindeborg could potentially emerge as a prime target. The depth of this draft class means that even at 13, the Heat could land a talent that fits their needs, but much depends on how the lottery unfolds come May 10th. As we look ahead, there's an undeniable tension in the air. Miami fans are eager for a return to championship contention, and the upcoming decisions made by Riley and his team will be pivotal. The Heat have a rich history of making the right moves at crucial moments, and this offseason could very well define the franchise's trajectory for years to come. So, as we wrap up this segment, keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. The Miami Heat are poised for a transformative offseason. What do you think will happen next? Will they make the moves necessary to bolster their roster and get back into championship contention? Comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest news and analysis on the Miami Heat. The future is bright, and we're all in this together.